And joining us now, federal criminal defense attorney and constitutional law attorney Ronald Chapman. So tell us what the defense has in mind here and how potentially reaching a plea deal could actually help their client. And what I have understood is that if they reach a deal in the federal case, then obviously the state case would go the exact same way, and he could end up having a shorter sentence overall.
It's possible. What we have here is a carefully laid trap by the defense. New York has a very interesting double jeopardy statute, which prevents two prosecutions for the same or similar conduct. So if he pleads guilty in the federal case, defense is going to argue that the state case needs to go away. That being said, as a federal criminal defense attorney, I'm going to tell you that's probably not going to work. We have aggravated stalking on the federal side, murder on the state side. I believe those are very different offenses covered by very different elements, and I don't think this will work. Likely what I believe we will see tomorrow, if there is a plea, a global resolution to both the state and the federal case, Mangione getting sentenced with potentially the death penalty off the table.
Ronald, I do have to ask you, though, could this also be beneficial for the prosecution in multiple ways? Because we've seen the support that is surrounding this alleged murderer, Luigi Mangione. It might be impossible to find a jury who would actually convict him. So if the judge does the sentencing, taking the jury sort of out of the process, if there is a plea deal, is that the best possibility for the prosecution as well?
Yeah, Katrina, you nailed it. So for a hung jury, all you need is one juror, and that's 8%, right? When you look at the statistics right now, the data on who believes Mangione should be prosecuted, I'm seeing numbers 10, 20%, sometimes even higher, suggesting that he shouldn't be prosecuted. If the defense is allowed to put on this extreme circumstances defense where he alleges that he was declined treatment and therefore committed a murder, there is a risk that the jury is able to hear that type of evidence. And even without it, there may be a juror or two waiting in the wings who sneaks into jury selection and ultimately results in a hung jury. And you can't do that too many times if you're a prosecutor. You can't have multiple trials where you get hung juries. You're going to have to dismiss the case. So that may be the strategy if it goes to trial.
All right. Ronald J., thank you. Ronald J., thank you.